Okay, we're knocking on somebody's door. Can I ask you a few questions? Vasily. I love this game already. Hey everyone, welcome to Lexi Games. Welcome to another playthrough. Today we're gonna try the Devilry Reservation. It's a pixel detective kind of horror game inspired by Slavic folk tales. I thought, okay, this is great. This is right up my alley. Here's how the game is described on Steam by its developers. Step into the role of a faceless detective investigating creatures from Slavic folklore. Explore dialogue-driven mysteries, solve puzzles, and uncover post-Soviet occult secrets in a pixel art housing block full of bizarre residents and hidden truths. It sounds so good. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it and see how the Devilry Reservation plays. It's gonna be a first for me as well, so let's begin with episode 1, Book of Complaints. Okay, I'm gonna turn the volume up. Oh, Igor, I don't envy you. You have to deal with complaints from reservations in the middle of nowhere. I don't know why, guys, but my voice is so raspy. I'm kind of feeling the detective. What can I do? After what happened, the boss let out all the dogs loose on me. He wanted to remove me from office, but he sent me here as punishment. Okay. Detective Toropov. You're lucky they sent you here. This reservation is relatively quiet, but there's an ancient demon living here, so be careful. And in general, be careful, otherwise people have started to disappear in this area. An investigation is underway, but there is no progress yet. I feel like I want to talk like The Godfather, or my idea of what The Godfather played by me would act. The detective. Now I would like to quickly solve all the cases in this hole. By the way, what's up with the cases? Sucks in general. 2 complaints. There will definitely be no problems with one. Residents from the 3rd apartment complain about noise and scattered garbage. Some are afraid of cockroaches settling, while others eat them. The 2nd apartment is not so simple. Some rust up in G. Writes the 5th complaint this week. I have no idea what that sentence meant. You see, his neighbor flooded the apartment. Some kind of circus. And why should the BSS do this and not the house manager? So you will ask this evil force. The house manager lives in the 2nd apartment. He is a werewolf. It's strange for them to trust such a job to a werewolf. They can be emotionally unstable, especially on a full moon. As it turned out, he is the only one who can do such work in this reservation. This entrance is a bunch of freaks, and he is the most mobile and responsible of them. I almost forgot. This is a new PDA. You need to test it. They say that scanning can work with failures. I hope they added more memory to it. Previously, there was only enough for 7 to 8 records. You'll find out during operation and scan all the locals for reporting. Okay, good luck with your important investigations. An almost unemployed detective. I have to go on duty. See you later. So it's interesting because Detective Toropov has a face and a name, but we play as a faceless character, almost being fired, and he is just called Detective. We are like the ultimate detective of all times, encapsulating all spaces and roles. Why did the music stop while I was pontificating? And yes, don't get into people's heads with your conversations without asking permission. They may start going crazy. Not everyone knows you. And you're a rare creature. So we can sabotage people's minds? It's not my first day on the job. I know I have to knock on the door first. Human rituals are understandable to me. Oh, I don't think we are human. Security is a priority. Okay. Do I have control of the character? Not yet. Okay, now I do. What is that beating? I think it's the music. Okay, we're knocking on somebody's door. Can I ask you a few questions? Vasily. I love this game already. Is it yes or no? So I guess yes. Was that a howl? Why did the game get stuck? What's going on? Ah, okay, he went inside. Okay, I temporarily lost control of the character. Hello, I'm sorry that I came out like this in the guise of a beast. I haven't been myself lately. I'm kind of frozen, and the full moon is coming soon. Well, you know, this is the same night with uncontrolled transformations and aggressions that come from nowhere. The residents of the reservation have lunar calendars hanging on the walls on this occasion. At the dawn of the full moon, they don't open the doors to me if I don't have time to lock myself in a special room. That I'm with my conversations. Did you want something? The dialogue is very strange. It feels like it wasn't written by a native English speaker. Vasily, can I interview you for the record? Wait, officer, how do you know my name? This is one of my features. I always know the name of the person I'm talking to. You can't even imagine what is written in the cortex of your brain. Well, if he's able to hijack into the werewolf mind, why is he asking questions then? He should know everything, right? A useful ability for a PSS employee. Helps to immediately recognize a liar. Well, ask questions. What can you tell us about the noise from 3? Mushrooms are playful by nature. You can't blame them for their little tricks, otherwise it will come to mass genocide. What can you say about the incident in apartment 8? Usually women are nothing but problems. Excuse me. And Afodzia Mikhailovna is also a forest witch, Shishiga, a wild devilry who has locked herself in her apartment and hasn't come out for quite some time. Don't expect anything good from her. It's hard to say what's going on in her old mind, but I definitely don't see evil in her. Well, he just called her a forest witch, but she's kind of like a good witch? Can you tell about your... this question is like, can you tell me a bit about yourself? Or my name is Vasily Naklikov. In my free time from the wolf business, I write books. I don't like to brag, but I do it with inveterate regularity. At least he's got some self-awareness, you know? And so my last book sold more than 1,000 copies. What are you writing about? I was just about to ask the same question. I like to write in the genre of science fiction. I invent incredible and incomprehensible psychedelic worlds for ordinary people. You can write about our hidden world, and ordinary people will not understand what science fiction is for them, and for whom memoirs are in a closed reservation. Detective, why did you have to spoil his noodle in this way? Like, honestly, he was just telling you about his passion. Jesus. I'd be happy to write about my life, but everything I have written is checked by the PSS Commission. It's a hark back to communist times, you know, when all of your correspondence was read by the KGB. I cannot jeopardize the disclosure of information in any veiled form. Because of this, not all of my books reach print. Can I scan you? And what information will your scanner show? He will show me who you are from a scientific point of view. This reminds me of the game Whispers of a Machine, which you can find it in my playlist, because she was using the bioscanner as well to find out more information. And that's it. This is a new technology and I'm testing it. I hope it will help if suddenly someone decides to hide their nature. Well, okay. That's it? He just scanned him and there's no outcome? That's a bit disappointing. I thought maybe he would find something. Thanks for the conversation. You too. Come to me again if you have any questions. I'll help you in any way I can. At least he's helpful, you know? I'm kind of wondering if, first of all, the music is really distracting and very not fitting with the whole detective vibe. Like some maybe smooth jazz would have been fitting than this really weird techno trance drum beat weirdness. And why are the commands of the game not disappearing? Okay, oh, we can jump. Can I take the elevator? No. Okay, well, let's go up then. On the stairs. So he mentioned the... he hit his head on the lamp. What the... Okay, so he mentioned apartment 3 and then apartment 8. Okay. Marimuk. Oh, the mushroom. Who do you want? I'm from PSS. I would like to ask a couple of questions. Ask. I'd like to see who I'm talking to. No, go away. Okay, fine. I hope I'm able to climb. Yeah, I think I am. It's really weird to climb the stairs. Okay, let's go to 8. Avdosia Mikhailovna, go away. Nobody's home. What an unfriendly granny. That's it? That's it? That's all we're going to do? By the way, I do want to say, I like the detail of having a trash chute right through the center near the staircase. It's very post-communist architecture, or actual communist architecture. Okay, so we have, what is that? Everything is covered with frost around the door and there is snow near the rug. Interesting weather here. Bigfoot? She. Hello, how can I help? I want you to answer a couple of questions. Just like that. He doesn't even introduce himself. Nothing. Okay, I'll be glad to help. I mean, thank God from the kindness of her heart. What can you tell us about your neighbor across? Okay. There is a psychiatric problem if he keeps referring to himself in terms of third person plural. You know, it's weird. Unless he is talking about he's associating his identity with the whole PSS department, which would be weird because those guys wanted to fire him anyway. So I think I'm getting too much into this. Okay, what can you tell us about your neighbor across? About Grandma Avdosia? We get along with her as far as Zuzia and Shishiga can get along at all. We have very different habitats, however. And outside of the reservation, my people would never have met people like her. Lately, she hardly leaves the apartment. Many people say she's a mean old lady, but I think she's just in a bad mood. Always. Granny Avdosia leaves the apartment at least. I used to see her more often, but she stopped going out a week ago. Interesting. Although she recently received a package, so I think she will want to go out to pick it up. The package? It has been in her mailbox on the ground floor for several days, however. I don't know what's in the package, but she cooks different decoctions and tinctures, and also looks at the TV store from the magic boiler. Maybe she ordered different knives for scalping rats? Oh yeah, like you do. Just thinking about it scares me. How does she order these packages? The internet? Phone apps? This TV show is made by the same evil spirits as us. They are tricking the PSS around their finger. Such glitters and specific knives and vegetable peelers are suitable only for cutting weedy cones and not for some nasty potatoes, however. She completely dodged the question. That's not what we asked. So she's using the TV to send telepathic messages to the devils that are sending her materials. I think I'll bring her to the Afdosia. You'll bring who to the Afdosia? Good luck, however. The Afdosia? Like they're talking about the lady as if she's an object. Deliver the parcel to Afdosia. Oh, the parcel was gendered. I'll bring her to Afdosia. I'll bring the package to Afdosia. You can tell that this was written by somebody that has a Slavic language, because in Romanian and in Russian we do gender things, you know, but in English we have the particle the or it, which can be gender neutral, right? So what can you tell us about the neighbors from 3? Apartment 3? Is it? Is this the abode of mushrooms? Oh, I don't know. I don't trust them, however. Is there any reason to doubt them? One day I was going up to my room and decided to say hello to one of them. His name, however, Bucket or something like that. In response to my benevolence, I heard only the whipping sound of contemptuous spitting at my feet. I haven't even exchanged glances with them since. I have pride, however. Okay. Can you tell me about yourself? My name is She. I am from the northern people, however. What else can I tell you, though? I like to read books and solve Sudoku. How did you come to us from the north? I've been living here since I was 7. My father brought me here, my foster father. Where did you come from? My dad found me in the ruins of the village where I was born and lived in its best times. This place is so northern and wild that no one would live there. Actually, that's why people haven't come up with the name of this place yet, but we called him Merzlo. Have there never been people there? This is an abnormally cold area. Sometimes the temperature reached minus 80 degrees Celsius. Anyone who tried to study us froze to death. I think that she comes from, Yakutsk. The inhabitants of my village found icy bodies and cooked them on fire. Wow, that's an image. Have you eaten people? Restless body promise troubles. They say that if you leave the body in the ice, the soul will not be able to find peace. And if he tries to return to the body, he will certainly become a terrible Morok. You wouldn't wish such a curse on anyone. Sometimes we found researchers still alive, but it was almost impossible for them to survive. But one day the chief's son dragged a barely alive man with his legs stiff from the cold. It seems that he would not survive like everyone else. Usually people are weak in spirit than body. But this one was not like that. He came to his senses and even lived in our village for a while, helping to herd deer. However, he wanted to come back to people to talk about us and our culture. He left, promising that he would never return. I'm sorry. This reminds me of when I was a teacher and I was marking essays for bad grammar. He is returned. He has returned. Yes, but it's too late. Before him, other people came to us not like him. They arrived in big cars making a roar and belching clouds of smoke. They didn't care about our culture. They wanted to destroy us. I managed to hide, but the great Senduk could not help my people. When the rumble of cars died down, no one was left alive. A few days later, my dad still got to the village. Together with him, we burned the bodies so that none of them would become a Morok. And then he went on. My father tried to hide me, but it's quite difficult given my connection with winter. We moved around a lot until the Foundation found us. When we were told that the research was completed, we were assigned here. How did those people find out about your village? My father told about our people, but I don't blame him. How could he have known that things would turn out this way? Most people are afraid of the unknown. Many centuries of living in fear have taught people a tendency to xenophobia in their minds. But this does not justify those people who stage a massacre in your village. Yes, my father could not forgive himself for this until the end of his life, although he was the most worthy person I have ever known. Can I scan you? Doesn't it hurt? The pain scares me. It's absolutely harmless. Okay, you can try. Maybe he's storing this information for scanned people someplace else, and I'm not seeing it. Thanks for the conversation. And you too, if you need anything else, then come visit me. Oh, she is so adorable. Okay, I don't see any extra menu buttons or anything. Okay, let's go down. I'm like, let's go down, and I'm just going up. Okay. I can barely see. Whoa, whoa. Where are we? The hatch to the roof is apparently welded. Apparently. They don't have the slightest idea about fire safety here. Something strange is going on here. Blinded by the light. Who is it? You have become a victim of our experiment. And who are you? And how do you talk? I'm a paranormal security detective. Wait, are you human? If everything goes according to plan, then yes, I am the morning I woke up in the form of the man. In the morning I woke up in the form of the man. What's wrong with your face? Why don't you have one? Features of anatomy. I can't understand it. For some reason I find it difficult to say what your name is. Dude, if you don't have a face, then how do you speak? Do you emit telepathic messages? Then why do you ask them questions? You should just slurp out the information from their brain and gather insight in a second, right? This is not surprising. We haven't met you. No, you don't understand. Up to this point, I always knew who I was talking to. It's my superpower. But I can't identify you. Why does he need to scam people if he knows already who he's... logical inconsistencies! I'm sorry. How does it work? Your name is written in you. Your brain stores a lot of information, but there is such that is used more often. A name is one of the fundamental elements of your personality. Watching over and over again how parents call their children by the name that is recorded in the baby's frontal lobe. It begins to frighten. Maybe each of us knows how to dig into someone else's mind. Wow, the music is crazy. But in your case, it doesn't work. So are you digging into my brains? Well, no. I could read your mind, but it can be painful, especially without preparation. But I can hear you, so you can get inside my head? Not really. In fact, you can't hear me at all because I can't make sounds. I telepathically transmit my messages to your head. Thank you for the explanation. You're trying to confuse me. Although I have seen so many oddities that this one must seem ordinary to me, but I still can't understand the nature of your voice in my head. Instead of sound waves, my brain sends X-ray radiation, which affects the electrical activity of your temporal auditory cortex, which interprets it as an ordinary human voice. Is it clear enough for someone like you? Mic drop. How do you understand what I'm saying? I'm definitely not radiating anything. My voice doesn't want to help me tonight. I wish I could transmit my voice telepathically to you guys as well. I can't speak like you, but I can hear you perfectly. I have ears too. Amazing! It just sounds like this guy is mocking him. I don't know. What's amazing? Where I come from, a person without a face usually becomes like this because of some kind of catastrophe, but they don't have telepathy. You haven't seen the tenants of this house yet. It's an apartment building. Do they also have anatomical abnormalities? Depends on what to reject. What? Werewolves, mushrooms, ghouls? One Astaroth is worth something. Astaroth. Infernal demon, one of the highest in their hierarchy. Is it something biblical? Biblical? What does that mean? I have no idea, but in my reality, everything incomprehensible converges to this word. So the premise and the idea of the game are really interesting, but really more work needs to be done on these long dialogues that are not grammatically proofed, where you get sentences like this which are very hard to read and understand, and then you get a lot of like short sentences with grammatical errors, like. And the music sucks. I'm sorry, but the music is so irritating to me. Like, we had that really weird boomty music, and now we're having like the super dramatic thing for a scene in which not much happens. These guys are just like, I don't know, pumping up their egos. In your reality, are you traveling between universes? Not really. Yeah, can you please show us something? Can we move the story, guys? Come on. I'm a bit impatient tonight. Okay, so we found a space-time wonder in the attic of the apartment building. The damn interdimensional holes in the attic. In the very first paragraph of the Charter of the Rules of Devilry, it is said about the complete prohibition of games with time and space on the territory of the reservation. Oh my god. This is a serious violation and irresponsible behavior of the house manager. I will demand an explanation note from you. What? So should we go downstairs and argue with the werewolf? Oh. Another pentagram accompanied by a portrait of a smiling devil. Just for the reference, guys, pentagrams were initially used as signs for protection against the devil, but somehow they got corrupted, and now a lot of people who are not really curious students of the occult or who actually dabble in magic, they tend to associate pentagrams with the devil, when in reality pentagrams are protection circles created to help bind spirit to you to protect you against demons. Yeah, when you sit inside the circle of a pentagram, evil cannot touch you. Just for the reference, okay? Okay, something is coming because I lost control. Huh? No. Why is this attic so incredibly long? The wooden wall is decorated with a strange drawing which depicts either a tent or a pyramid, next to the inscription Figs Wang. Okay. And this is the final one. An old yellowed mattress is lying on the floor. Bags with things are scattered nearby. A battered book, quiet pool, sticks out of one of them. Near the mattress there is a small shabby stool on which there is an unlit lantern. There's obviously someone living here, maybe the guy who disappeared into the portal. Do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of a Sally. It's really like in the attic of the apartment building where Sally Face was living with his dad. Also there were like weird occult symbols, and some time traveling would happen in the later chapters. Okay, let's just get out of here. The inscription Sasha plus Masha equals love is scratched on the wall. Then it is crossed out and scratched. Nothing lasts forever under the moon, especially love. Okay, I would like to go downstairs, please. How do okay. There we go, the post box. What is that? So we got the package. Okay. Why is it so hard to climb stairs? I don't understand. Come on. You can do it. You can do it, Lexi. Come on. It's kind of like, it's not enough to press just the A, W, D keys. You also have to sprint a little bit. It's so difficult. Oh, come on. Really, it shouldn't be so difficult to climb stairs. Guys, please work on this game because it has so much potential, but it's kind of irritating, to be honest. Go away, no one's home. Excuse me, Venerable. I just wanted to bring you a package. I'm not going to buy anything from you. Go away. This is your package. You ordered it, but did not pick it up from the mailbox. I wish somebody would do that for me, you know. The package? Yes, here you go. Well done, sweetie. Okay, so we got our first quest finished. We delivered the package. We had a great conversation. That's it? Okay, guys, I'm not going to lie, the premise of this game is really cool, but it's kind of irritating me. Honestly, the dialogue is weird, the game mechanics are weird, the premise is awesome, but there's just something kind of like, bothering me about it, you know? It reminds me a lot of Dark Side Detective, A Fumble in the Dark, and I think it tries to copy that style. But really, the dialogues need to be improved, and the game mechanics require some work, you know. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a bittersweet experience. Let me know down in the comments how you found the gameplay. Have you played the game completely? Do you enjoy what you've seen so far? Would you like me to do a part 2? Maybe this is a game that will grow on me. There are games like this. Sometimes I feel really irritated by a game and then I gradually can't stop playing it and I really enjoy it. So yeah, we'll see how this develops, okay? I'm leaving space here for growth. Anyway, check my playlist with lots of other games. I'm going to keep uploading some spooky detective games in the spirit as we are approaching Halloween. Thank you for hanging out with me for this gameplay today. It's been a pleasure, and until next time, have fun gaming. Ciao.